What's going on, YouTube? Me? Well, not so much. I'm just at work earning a living. And I just got some breaking news. And this happens to involve your freedom. The freedom that y'all was fighting for and telling people to go and talk to your congressman to save the internet. We gotta save the internet because net neutrality is the savior of the internet. Well, net neutrality, well, let's put it to you like this here. Everybody said save net neutrality. They wanted to kill it. They wanted it gone. Well, net neutrality has been rolled back some. See, under Obama, net neutrality, which was already around for a little bit, had gotten a bit tighter. More government regulations. That's right. Prices of your internet and stuff was going up. But y'all can't see past Trump so much. And y'all sucked Obama off so much that you didn't see it. Because the government got involved. Now, what's going to happen is your school is still going to have access to the internet. You're still going to have access to go find birth control. Idiots. The world's not going to end because we weakened the government's power over the internet. The internet, once the people got their hands on it, was free for about 15 years. Do pretty much anything you want for about 15 years before net neutrality came around. It came around, they started regulating stuff, and then soon enough, you start having to pay fees to run websites and all of that stuff. Because the government can take all your money. Having to start paying fees you wanted to the internet company, well, fine, but you still gotta pay. It ain't cheap. What would have happened had net neutrality been strengthened up? All these big giant corporations would have been able to pay these extra fees imposed by the government. All these extra regulations they would have had to follow by the government. Oh, and believe me, there would have been regulations for starting up these new companies. And you're going to have a certain kind of router. You're going to have your company is going to have to be able to put out a certain kind of this, or a certain kind of that. And you're going to have to comply to it. Or you're going to have to pay the fine. Realize that. That wasn't no free thing for you right there. Again, this is the same government trying to take over the internet that weaponized the IRS because the people decided, hey, I want to give my money to this particular presidential candidate and not the other one. And the government is like, nope, we don't like that presidential candidate, and we don't like the fact that you support that presidential candidate. So we gonna come in and we gonna audit you. So we gonna freeze your money so that it doesn't get to this candidate, so that he can't properly campaign the way that he wants to campaign. That candidate, by the way, was Mitt Romney. Yeah. So you wanted the government because you thought it was gonna be fair. They were gonna make everything fair for small businesses. A lot of those people who was voting for Romney, even though Romney wasn't all that great, a lot of people who was voting for him were small business owners. And the government's like, yep, y'all voting Romney? You donating to Romney? Look like you got a little fraud on your case here. It's audit time. People who hadn't been audited in 15, 20 years running businesses, all of a sudden got audited. Money got frozen, they couldn't do nothing. Couldn't donate. That's the government for you right there. That's the government that you want to control your internet. And just like I said in the previous video, the government will silence who they don't want heard. And the people that they don't want heard, conservatives, you look at the news networks on right now, they lie so much and get caught lying and have to go and after they get caught, they have to tell you, well, they don't even tell you half the time that they got caught lying, but they'll be like, okay, well, this changed in the story. And you still watch them. They don't get taken off the air. But you let somebody come tell some truth, off the air they go. They'll be attacked like no other. And like I said, it's not going to be the small companies. Had net neutrality been strengthened, they would have been able to afford these new regulations. It ain't going to be Lil Jon in his basement. Is that a real rapper? I think so. Let me make up another name. It ain't going to be Little Twain down up in his basement selling mixtapes. He ain't going to be able to afford the website to be able to go out there. But he might be making some dope music, some good stuff. And guess what? You know, somebody that don't want him making that good music, okay, yeah, let's silence him. That's really not the best example. But basically, you got all these large companies against you that can afford it, and you can't. They will monopolize that internet. They will set the prices. They will set the standards. The government, because they're going to meet the government's requirements, and it's going to be expensive. So net neutrality, it's been weakened. It's been rolled back. And let me tell you, I was pissed off the first time I had to pay taxes on eBay. Like, are you kidding me? Man, I used to have eBay down to a T. Go on there, price something out, and be like, okay, I got $37.03 in the account. And I win that item for that amount. Shoot, I had did something similar to that after net neutrality got straightened up and had to pay some damn taxes. Like, wait a minute, this is about to overdraft my account. I thought this is what I was paying. Now I got taxes to pay on the internet. So net neutrality is gone. Well, it's not gone. It's actually still here, but it has been weakened. In other news, your taxes might not be finna get lowered because there are a couple of Republicans who are about, well, they're not on board with lowering your taxes. McCain's a wild card. They don't know if he's going to be out of the hospital in time to vote. There's another guy in there, and I forgot his name. Like I said, I'm not that good with names. But he's a Trump hater. And there is little Marco Rubio. Little Marco Rubio is holding out. 3 votes is all it takes. Well, they say 1 more vote, so I guess 4 votes. So 4 votes. All it takes is 4 Republicans to come together and say, nah, let's not lower these taxes for the American people. We don't care about them. That's all it takes. Your future hangs in the balance. This is where we get the term from, drain the swamp. This is why we asked Trump to drain the swamp. But with the way they're doing things, they're going to drain themselves. And that's a good thing. Because midterms are coming up next year. And we got a lot of voting to do. We got a lot of Republicans to vote out. So if I were you guys, I would make a list, check it twice, find out which one of them dirty bastard Republicans was naughty or nice. You make that list and you check it off. and you vote their little behinds out of the office next year. Remember, they got in 2015 talking about what they was going to do. Mia Love, you on my list, baby girl. You on my list. Yeah, we going to vote him out. All the way up until like 5 minutes till it was time to vote. She made so much history. She was like the first black woman Republican, blah, blah, blah. I done forgot. Yeah, we're going to vote him out. We're going to fight. Like 5 minutes to voting time. Talking all that smack. And I had Twitter. I was following her on Twitter and Facebook. Following her crap. And then as soon as she voted, it just wasn't my time to fight. That's why I voted to keep, what was he? Who was that before Paul Ryan? I done forgot now. It's been that long. And Paul Ryan really ain't no better than what we already had. But anyways, YouTube, wrap this paperwork up, get this woman her equipment, get the Smurf out of this van. Anyways, peace out.